Let's take a moment to pray. God, thank you for this day. It's your day. We're part of it as we're thankful people. Let us honor our teammates and our opponents with respect by giving a hard effort today. We pray for your grace and mercy. Grace to give us strong bodies, mercy to keep us from injury. Father, give us wisdom to know the right thing to do, the courage to choose what's right, your strength to accomplish that. We thank you for Christ alone, for it's only through him that we're redeemed, that we're reconciled back to you, and that we're restored, so that we can be a part of humanity. We pray that all this will glorify you in Jesus' name. Amen. Let's take a few seconds of silence to recognize the flag. Thank you very much. Play ball. So Palmetto Prep will be kicking off. We'll be receiving.
Palmetto Prep and Brevard about set to get going here. We didn't have an anthem or anything, so I'm a little frazzled. Hey, welcome back, everybody. Chris Shima, glad to be with you. Brevard, the Tornadoes, 0-1, playing their only game so far back on September 3rd when Palmetto Prep beat them 48-zip. Minutemen are 3-0. Finally, we got some home football as the Minutemen will kick off here and Brevard will start on offense. It looks like we had some freezing of the video, folks, so let me put a pause on the start of this broadcast, and I'll be right back with you.
First down. First and 10 for the ball, 39 yards. Another nice run by Brevard Tornadoes. 5 to 6 yard gain. 2nd and 4 or 5 for Brevard. the run.
All right, folks, back to live action. Brevard has the football near midfield. This is the opening drive, and it's going to be 3rd down and 1 for Thomas Kramer, the starting quarterback for Brevard, and the offense. Set the lineup for you. The tight end, number 48, Blake Shepard. Running back is number 20, that's Stephen Luongo. Receivers, number 17, Eddie Bell. Number 83, Braxton Mueller. And number 3 is Corbin McNeil. This appears to be a 2-back set here. I formation on 3rd down and short. Play action now. Blitz is on for the Minutemen. And the video froze on us again, but it does appear that the pass was incomplete. So that will bring up 4th down. Unfortunately, we've got all kinds of technical problems, folks, so we're going away again.
Changing personnel. Going forward on 4th.
All right, looks like Brevard's going to go for it on 4th down. Some dinking and dunking for Luongo, but he does get enough, about 1.5 yards there, which was all he needed. So 1st down, fingers crossed we won't have too many more of those technical difficulties, folks. I do apologize for that. I'm not quite sure what's going on. It's just been that kind of year, ladies and gentlemen. That's all we can tell you for Palmetto Prep. It's just been that kind of year. So 1st and 10 for Brevard. I gave you the receivers, the quarterback, the running back. We'll set the offensive line, give you the Palmetto defensive starters as well here. Just underway, inside 12 to go. The pitch goes to Vincent Griffin, who takes it to the right side and might have gotten a yard. So at left tackle for the Tornadoes, number 77 is Ashton Williams. The left guard, number 74, is Austin Belcher. At center, it's 64. That is Dalton Smith. At right tackle, or at right guard, number 76, Sammy Edwards. And at right tackle is number 67. That is Eli Ward. There is so much buffering happening. Likely an internet issue at the stadium, folks. So, yeah, the way it just keeps cutting in and out like that, it's definitely internet related. So I've got to try to see if we can't refresh this here. It's weird because we can hear the audio. We can hear the audio just, well, the audio went out. Now it's back. Okay. I believe this is 3rd down. Oh. Anthony Simpkins has checked in as receiver. He's slotted to the right side. Thomas Kramer stepping back, floats it up over the middle. That's going to be caught down at the 25-yard line.
Wide open, middle of the field.
Making a catch, Baylor Thompson, excuse me. Set the defense, hopefully, for Palmetto Prep now. Up front, it's number 99, that's KJ Haynes on the end. The nose guard, number 52, Omari Mills. The other end is number 84, that's Jabari Collins. Linebackers, number 5, Devon Eldridge. Number 40, Ian Rampart. Number 13, Caleb Smith. Number 27 is Nolan Bierman. We'll get you the secondary after this 1st down play. This is some nice opening drive here as they hand it off to number 22 for Brevard. That's Jaden Jackson with a 2-yard gain.
On the 23-yard line.
Takes it down to the 23. So a nice opening drive for Brevard, who was shut out in the first game of the year against Palmetto Prep, 48-0. And the offense did not look this fluid on any drive for the Tornadoes in that opening game. So Martin Bayless, the head coach of the JV team, assistant of the varsity squad as well, has his guys balling here on this first drive. 2nd and 8. High snap. Kramer pitches it to Luongo, who takes it left side and dives forward after that initial tackle attempt by Jaden Hicks, number 19. could quite wrap them up.
For the Tornadoes.
They say it's back to the line of scrimmage, so 3rd down and 8. Secondary for the Minutemen. Corners, number 24, Jaden Martin, number 22, Amarian Gooden. The safeties, number 6 is Sidney Webb, number 21, Zyers Ruff. Thomas Kramer going under center now on 3rd down and 8. Play action. Rolls to the right, faces a blitz, gets the pass away. It's complete. It'll be short of the 1st down, caught by Braxton Mueller.
We're looking at 4th and 5.
And it'll be 4th down and 5. I'm going to try to get through this opening drive, folks. Then we're going to pause the broadcast so that I can talk to the folks at the stadium and let them know what's going on. But it looks like
Clock is running with 8 minutes left.
7-minute opening drive already for Brevard as we're back to live action. We'll see if they go for it or kick it here. They're going to go for the field goal. Owen Botts will come out. Try to hit a 37-yarder, let's call it. Hold is good, kick is up, and it is no good, wide to the left. So, nice opening drive for the Tornadoes, but they come up empty. We're going to take a break, folks. Palmetto Prep coming up on offense. All right, folks.
30 to go in the first quarter.
1st and 10 now for the Minutemen. At their own 20-yard line. It looks like DJ Alston getting the start today at quarterback, and he gives it to Cameron Warburton, who runs ahead, drags bodies close to the 1st down marker. It looks like he might be a few yards shy of it. So, DJ Alston getting the start. He was 6 of 10 with 2 touchdowns in the victory against Brevard back on the 3rd of September. Cameron Warburton's been running the football very well. He's got another run. He's got the 1st down to the 30-35. Tripped up initially by the Tornadoes, but able to get some extra yards. Folks, I'm going to try to change this up instead of this constant issue that we're having. I'm going to see if we can't try to fix this. So it is 1st down. We'll try to keep you updated here, but give me 2 seconds to try to do something on my end and see if we can't get a better broadcast for you.
The forward pass not allowed, so that's an incomplete pass. On Palmetto Prep's first pass attempt.
So the
2nd and 10.
1st down play for the Minutemen, it was an incomplete pass. Now it's 2nd down and 10, ball at the 35. This will be another run. Warburton is out. This is Kareem Hathcock who brings it inside Brevard territory all the way down to the 40-yard line. So we told you DJ Alston. We told you about the running backs. Receivers, number 80 is Calvin Gilbert. Number 7, Kiki Hippolyte. Number 17, Darrell Pierce. Number 2 is Titus Myers. Left tackle, 55. That's Krishawn Sanders. Left guard, 58, Stetson Proctor. The center is Josh Sams, 51. The right guard, number 66, Myron Richardson. And the right tackle is number 62. That's Jaden Scott. Looking to throw is Alston over the middle and a bit off target. Looking for Darrell Pierce, the slot receiver. 5:51 to go. It was an 8-minute opening drive for the Tornadoes. They missed a 37-yard field goal. Minutemen now have it inside Tornadoes territory off some nice runs. A couple by Warburton, Kareem Hathcock as well. And Hathcock's going to stay in at running back. Calvin Gilbert, the receiver nearest to us in a 3-receiver set. And that is
Not much there for Palmetto Prep.
going to be Laquan Lemon, who takes it down to the 38-yard line.
3rd and 8.
Gain of a couple will bring up 3rd and 8 on the opening drive for the Minutemen. I told you Palmetto Prep is 3-0, beating Omega Prep 58-0 back on the 27th of August. Lone home game so far. Then they were at Brevard. We told you about that one, 48-zip for Palmetto Prep. Last week was the big one, though. This is going to be a first down run for Hathcock and then some, all the way down to the 21-yard line. Another burst of speed and a couple of nice big runs for Kareem Hathcock. So they're getting it done via the running game so far, Palmetto Prep, here in this opening quarter, opening drive of the game. And we got a whistle and a stoppage. Good, I can breathe. So, last weekend, the big game at Myrtle Beach, Palmetto Prep won a thriller, 27-20. Cameron Warburton went over 100 yards. He also had over 50 receiving yards in that game. And that ended a long losing streak.
We're now looking at 1st and 15.
Against Myrtle Beach, so Palmetto Prep 3-0.
7-yard line.
Great start to the season. We were supposed to be with you a couple weeks ago. That game was canceled twice, as a matter of fact, because like I said, that's the kind of year it's been, ladies and gentlemen. Penalties starting to rack up on the drive now. Back-to-back false starts for Palmetto Prep, so
should be 1st and 20.
It's going to be 1st down and 20, and they're going in the wrong direction.
Most likely 4 down territory.
Nice opening drive for Brevard, but they came up empty after an 8-minute drive, so quick moving first quarter. DJ Alston now with the 1st and 20. Kareem Hathcock remains at running back. Kiki Hippolyte in at the slot receiver. He catches it and is tripped up down to the 25-yard line.
7 yards.
Tackle on the play by Caden Thompson on the tackle for Brevard. So Caden Thompson getting the starts in the backfield. We'll give you the other Brevard starters here shortly. 7-yard gain, so 2nd and 13 now for DJ Alston. Going to hand it off. Why not? Surveying Kareem Hathcock, and you can see he's got great vision as he takes it inside the 20. And it's a 6-yard gain, they say, so about a 3rd down and 7. Up front for Brevard, number 91, Josh Doby, number 99, Brandon Moody, and number 96, Alicia Brown. Tell you about the other starters after this 3rd down play. Will it be a run? DJ Alston, yeah, they're feeding the running backs today, and this time Brevard was ready for it as Kareem Hathcock's going to be stopped after a gain of about 4 yards. David Stone, one of the corners among other people, was there. So this will bring up a 4th down and short. And it looks like the Minutemen will go for it. Give you the linebackers for the Tornadoes. It's number 91, Josh Doby, number 36, Tony Belcher, number 38, Jason Rodriguez, number 41, Daniel Johnson. I've told you the 2 corners already. 4th down and 3. Alston looking to throw. Alston running out of time. Miscommunication there. He had, looks like, Hippolyte over on the far side. So both teams with long opening drives that come up with 0 points. And thankfully, it looks like our little glitches have... You know what? I'm not even going to finish that thought. Let's not jinx things. So the Minutemen... We were supposed to be with you a couple weeks ago. We were supposed to play St. Augustine. They were supposed to have a JV program. Well, that week we find out they did not have a JV program. Then Omega Prep said they would come again. Their bus broke down. So that game was just not meant to be, folks. Thomas Kramer under center again. Handoff goes to number 24. That's A.J. Gathers with the run. As we have seen a lot of depth at running back so far for the Tornadoes. They have used 4 different running backs already here in the early stages of this one. Shout out to the Tornadoes varsity team. They got their first win of the season yesterday, 37-35 at home against Maryville. I think it was a 2-point conversion to win it. So a walk-off victory. Chris Shima, glad to be with you. Gathers remains the running back. This is Thomas Kramer at quarterback still, as he's in the shotgun now. 2nd and 11. His pass goes out of bounds.
Defensive tackle caught that ball on the side.
Brian Jones, number 97, has come on at nose guard up front for the Minutemen.
2 minutes to go in the first quarter.
He might have gotten a hand on that pass. So 3rd down and long now, 3rd and 11. Gathers remains. Extra receiver is Aiden Frolich, number 9. He's slotted nearest to us. Now he goes in motion. So a 4-receiver set. Minutemen not bringing the pressure. Kramer dances in the pocket, throws to the far side, and it is caught for a first down by Corbin McNeil. There's a flag down on the play, though. Flag in the backfield. So we'll check on that with 1:51 to go here in this opening quarter. No score.
Could be a holding call in the back of it. Illegal procedure. Either way.
So negates the first down. It's going to be a penalty on the Tornadoes with 1:51 left to go here in this.
Back them up. 3rd and 15.
Opening quarter. It's 3rd down now and 16 with 1:43 to go. Again, 4-receiver set. McNeil, Frolich are nearest to us. This time a light pressure. Here comes Jones, and Kramer had to just get rid of that as he had Jones right in his face. Good pressure there by Brian Jones. So a 3-and-out this time after Brevard had a nice opening drive that took up 8 minutes of clock.
After this change of possession.
It's going to be Brennan Kafori to come in and punt, and for Palmetto Prep, Sidney Webb will go back to receive. We saw Sidney Webb return a punt for a touchdown against Omega Prep in the season opener. And more flags.
Could be a delay again. Most likely a 5-yard penalty. Illegal substitution, possibly.
So they call illegal substitution. The refs were counting, so I wonder if there were too many men on the field. Yeah, because they sent one guy, so it was too many men on the field was the call there. And now Brevard is backed up.
5-yard line.
So Kafori's got to kick this away from way back in his own end zone. That's actually not Kafori, that's Brian Wamsley. So that's a very short kick. And great field position for the Minutemen at the 31-yard line. Well, we're pretty confident that the rest of the season is going to go smooth as silk. So here's the rest of the schedule for October. Starting next week, back-to-back on the road, then we'll be with you for 3 straight games to wrap up this 2023 season, including the starting on the 15th with River City. All those games are 2 p.m. except Fork Union. I think at Fork Union is a 1:30 start. DJ Alston remains at quarterback. Warburton back in at running back. Alston whips it into the end zone. It's a jump ball, and that is caught. Titus Myers. There's a flag down. So as of now, it's a touchdown of 31 yards, but Titus Myers' body language leads me to believe it's not going to stick.
Don't even have to take the points off the board. They were never put up there. Should be 1st and 20. 41 yards.
So a holding penalty on Palmetto Prep. Penalties right now getting in the way of the Minutemen. I wonder if there's a little bit of a hangover after that Myrtle Beach game. Those games are always highly competitive, and Palmetto Prep just kind of in a funk. First home game in a while, too. So 1st and 20 back at the 41. Alston facing pressure, has to get rid of it, and it's incomplete. Nice job by the front line there for Brevard.
Not intentional grounding, as there was a running back in the area. This could be a screen pass. Incomplete.
Looks like Brown was in there. Brandon Moody. Number 95 is Summy, who was in there as well. Getting some nice pressure on the quarterback. So 2nd and 20 now for the Minutemen with 57 seconds to go here in quarter number 1. Two-back set. And it's going to be a handoff to Lemon. Lemon drags bodies down to the 35, 36-yard line. And again, I believe it was Moody getting there. Moody was there for Brevard, also Hutchinson, one of the linebackers. It's going to be 3rd down and 16, it looks like. Two-back set again for the Minutemen. Likely 4-down territory, as I mentioned. Blitz for Brevard, and that was thrown low. Otherwise, it might have been picked on the near side as number 44, James McLean, dove for it. So 4th and long here. We'll see what the Minutemen elect to do with 9 seconds to go in this opening quarter.
Down and long for the Minutemen from the 37.
Two good opening drives for both teams. These last 2 drives have been less than that. 3 receivers set. Or 3 receivers now over on the far side. Myers, Hippolyte, and Pierce. So look out for that right side. Pressure on again, and that time it might be picked. It's going to go as an interception, it looks like. Carter Rawlerson, one of the safeties, and that actually might have helped the Minutemen. So, 15 minutes in the books. No score yet, as Brevard will take over when we start the second quarter. Chris Sheeman, glad to be back with you from the home studio in Cleveland, Ohio, downtown Cleveland, where a bunch of losers are watching another bunch of losers play football. It's about 5 blocks down from me. Talking about the Cleveland Browns, ladies and gentlemen, the Clowns are in action And like I said, they're about 5 blocks from me. So first down now for Brevard after the turnover. They have it at their 15, and they're going to hand it off. That, I believe, is Luongo, who was stood up. Quite a few defenders were there for the Minutemen. Thompson, one of the corners. Number 18 for Palmetto Prep, Jacob Watt was there as well. No gain on the play for Brevard.
Second down and 9 for Brevard at the 16-yard line.
Under center this time, Kramer. Play action. He rolls to the right. He's going to throw it to the tight end. He's going to take it close to the first down marker. That's number 83, Braxton Mueller.
At the 25-yard line. That's the first down for Brevard.
So Mueller, who was sort of lined up as an offset tight end / slot receiver there on that play. Looks like he's going to have enough for the first down out to the 25-yard line. George Rennie, one of the receivers, has come in. Going to be a handoff, and that's going to be wrapped up in the backfield. Tackle for a loss on the play.
For the Minutemen defense.
For the Minutemen, Jacob Watt making the play.
To go from the 20-yard line.
Take another look at Jacob Watts while Brevard sets up for a second down and 16. Watt, boy, credit the front. Those front 3 for the Minutemen there really opened that hole for Watt. Second and long. Kramer looking on the near side as his man at the 20. It's going to be Rennie. See where they mark that. Might have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. No, he's going to be about a yard shy. So it'll be third down and 11 now.
On the tackle for the Minutemen. Gain of 4 yards on the play.
Omari Mills has come back in. Coda Andrews has checked in up front
24-yard line.
with Jones. So that's the front 3 right now for the Minutemen. Watt, Nolan Bierman, the linebackers. Rambert showing pressure. Here come the Minutemen. Time over the middle. That pass is going to be dropped. Almost an interception there for the Minutemen, and Zaire's rough. But it will be another 3 and out, so the defense for the Minutemen doing its job here in the early going of this second quarter now. No score with 11:57 to go until halftime. And Kafori, I believe, to punt. Although last time it was somebody else. It was Wamsley. I can tell you that Sidney Webb is back to receive. This looks like somebody completely different. So whoever that was kicked it away for the Tornadoes, and not a bad kick. It's going to take a Brevard bounce to the 42-yard line, and that's where the Minutemen will have it.
No return on the punt.
Well, folks, amidst the cancellations and other things that the Minutemen have been dealing with, of course, you all know by now that our friend and the leader of the band has died. Wes Dorton passed away earlier in the season. Coming up at halftime, Reed Radke and I are going to get together and talk a little bit about Wes and what he meant to us, what he meant to the program. In the second half, I'll probably have a few more thoughts on that as well. But, yeah, it's real tough situation. Play action now, back to football as Kyle Hawkins comes in and completes the pass over the middle to Nate Branch. More positive news for the Minutemen. Nate Branch First offer that I saw on social media has got an offer with Arkansas State.
At the Brevard 48-yard line.
So Kyle Hawkins looking to move quickly. Handoff going to go to Lemon. Lemon to the left side, gets away from two tacklers, spins at the 35, and takes a body down to the Brevard 33-yard line.
Moves the chains to the Brevard
About 16 yards on that one for Laquan Lemon, his best run of the game so far. Minutemen going quick here. Hawkins, play action, over the middle. Oh, he had Branch wide open. Threw it right to the linebacker, though, Daniel Johnson, who fortunately did not make the catch. 10:46 to go here in this second quarter. So be sure to stick around at halftime. It was a nice interview Reed and I did. Of course, Reed Radke's kind of filling in for Wes, and I know Kevin Rolletter's been doing a lot more as well, all trying to fill in the gaps. Pass complete on the near side. Myers dances away, takes it to the 30, 25, 20, and hops out of bounds inside the 20-yard line. Titus Myers, nice grab there. And showing off his footwork.
The 20-yard line.
So they're going to mark it at the 17.
That's a gain of 16 yards on the play. And another Palmetto Prep Minutemen first down.
So Minutemen moving the football. Kyle Hawkins, first drive of the game for him. Looking to throw again. Blitz is on, pass is caught, and Kiki Hippolyte got his head taken off at the 7-yard line, which should be right about the first down marker.
Lawrence McCoy on the tackle. Gain of 10 on the play.
So it will be a first down.
The 7-yard line.
First and goal now for Palmetto Prep as Sean Cook has come in as the tight end. He's kind of bunched over on the right side nearest us, offset there. Look out for him as Warburton in. He takes it to the right side. Dragging bodies, he's going to be 2 yards shy of the goal line. Running like a man possessed. So Minutemen looking to strike first. They'll have second down and goal with 9:28 to go in this second quarter. A player is down for Brevard, and we'll go to an injury timeout. That's me, Chris Shima. Glad to be with you from the home studio in Cleveland, Ohio. It's going to be second down and goal for Palmetto Prep after that injury timeout. They'll have it at the 3-yard line. Cameron Warburton stays in at running back, as does the tight end Sean Cook. Again on that right side. Warburton trying to find him, and this time the defense was ready for it. Brevard gets the stop. Moody was there for Brevard. Number 35 is Cam Blanding, one of the linebackers.
Loss of a yard on the play. And a flag on the field.
There is a flag down, too, so hold on. Well, it was on Brevard. Oh, that's a huge call.
The defense that'll move the ball half the distance to the goal line.
I didn't see anybody wearing pinstripes signal what the call was, though. So back to second down and goal now as Warburton tries it again, and he's still going, but he's going to be stopped short.
Warburton on the carry.
Boy, the initial hit was there again by Blanding, but there were a host of tornadoes in on that play. So they're keying on Warburton, who has been the workhorse. Remember, he had a hat trick against Omega Prep. He had 3 touchdowns. Warburton had a big game against Myrtle Beach as well last week. Third down and goal. They give it to him again. Cameron Warburton to the house this time. It's a touchdown for the Minutemen. So Palmetto Prep gets on the board first. As Warburton, they stopped him a few times, but once he gets that close to the goal line, we'll call it a 2-yard touchdown.
Cameron Warburton on the touchdown run.
As Nolan Bierman jogs out to kick the extra point. Take another look at the, let's go back to live action here as Hawkins holds, the kick is up, the kick is good. The Minutemen lead at 7-0 with 8:46 to go here in this opening half, thanks in part to this Cameron Warburton 2-yard touchdown after he was stopped 3 different times. A Brevard penalty gives Palmetto Prep another opportunity, and they capitalize at 7-zip Minutemen. We'll be back here, folks, in just a moment. Well, folks, West Dorton was a big reason why we do all these braggings, averaging 32 student athletes per recruiting class every year. Just a great guy. I'm just so sad. I've been in kind of a funk about it because we'll talk about it more probably in the second half, but definitely stick around at halftime. Reed Radke and myself did a little Zoom call a couple weeks ago to talk about Wes's life, talk about what he meant to the Minutemen, what he meant to Reed, certainly. There was one story that you won't hear at halftime that I'm going to share with you now. I knew about a year ago that my time in South Carolina was up. I was looking at maybe buying a house, and just not possible anywhere in the bigger cities in South Carolina. The real estate, I don't need to tell you guys. Those of you who live there, you know. But anyways, so I was talking to Wes about it, and Reed was there, and Wes was like, yeah, I'm thinking about selling my place too. It just seems like, a good time to sell. And Reed was like, why? Wes was like, well, it just seems like a good time to sell. Yeah, but then you have to buy another house, and you're going to spend more on that house than you have right now. Just, you had to be there. It was a fun back and forth. Those two had a really good friendship. Wes was such a good guy. Stephen Luongo gets the handoff, spinning to the 35-yard line. Boy, what would ESPN do if college football moved like this at every level? They'd really have to cram those commercials down our throats as quick as possible. We are moving along here today. No complaints from the home studio in Cleveland. Nice gain, by the way, by Luongo. He got 7 yards.
7-yard gain on the play. Second down and 3 to go from the 35-yard line.
Timms made the stop for the Minutemen and whistles.
Timeout called.
Looks like we're going to get a timeout for Brevard. Keep it here. So Wes was just convinced that, all he had to do was sell his house, make a huge profit, But what Reed was trying to tell him was, okay, but what's next? What's after that? You're gonna have to buy for $100,000 more than you've made, most likely. Anyways, I kind of just sat there and really just enjoyed those two fighting like a couple of old guys, even though they're not very old. Wes had it all figured out, though. He was gonna make a kill. I don't know. Maybe he was gonna set up a tent somewhere. Who knows? Wes Dorton was one of a kind, and he got me. Not many people do, but Wes got me, and that's what made him a special client for me. So it's 2nd down and 3 out of the timeout. Thomas Kramer in the shotgun this time. We've seen a number of different formations. Handoff going to go back to Luongo, I believe, who got 2 yards. So that'll bring up 3rd down and 1.
Right up the middle for a short gain.
Correct myself. That was Nate Henderson. So Nate Henderson, as I've run out of room on the depth chart for running backs. Brevard has sent out 5 of them so far. So 3rd down and 1. Let's see if this is another run. Receiver Josh Gibson has come in. He's nearest us. They are going to hand it off. And it looks like Gathers is going to take the run, and he has a 2-yard gain. That'll be a 1st down. As we go inside 7 minutes to go, this is an opportunity here for Brevard. You can really milk this clock. They had an 8-minute opening drive in this game that didn't come up with points. But if you can continue to run the football and bring in 150 running backs to keep everybody fresh, you can really milk the clock, maybe get a touchdown. Brevard did receive the ball first, so Palmetto Prep will get it to start the second half. So if you can get this thing tied with minimal time on the clock, as that again is Gathers surveying up the middle. Jaden Hicks was there, Nolan Bierman, the linebackers, helping. Team effort on that tackle. Call it a gain of 3 out to the 41-yard line, and again, they've milked a full minute just on this last play alone. The Tornadoes know I've got laundry to do, and they are moving things along here. 4 receivers set this time now. Kramer back in the shotgun. Kramer looks right, throws right, and that was deflected and almost picked by Nolan Bierman. 3rd down and 7 upcoming.
Nolan Bierman in coverage on the play for the Minutemen.
Minutemen just the 2nd home game of the year. Looking to go to 4-0 on the year. Sweep Brevard. They beat them 48-0 up in North Carolina back in early September. This one has been much tighter. Jackson back in at running back. Blitz is on. Kramer got shoved to the ground. That is a incomplete pass intended for Gibson. Oh, they say he caught that? Wow, what a catch by Gibson. Did we get that? I thought for sure that bounced. Let's run it back and see, though.
Ball spotted at the Palmetto Prep 44-yard line.
Boy, I'd have to slow it down more. Brevard's huddled up. Let me see if I can slow that down. I'm not gonna mess with it. We'll try it after this 1st down run here by Gathers, who stood up after a gain of a couple. Okay, let's see here.
Amari Mills.
It's hard to tell from our vantage point, but that's a heck of a grab. If the officials say it's a grab, we got to go with it. That was really something else. So again, Brevard just taking time off the clock, 4:16 and counting. Also trying to have a successful drive. Under center is Kramer. In motion is Gibson. Kramer play action, and that's going to be batted down.
Is deflected, incomplete.
Brian Jones, we've called his name quite a bit today.
Brian Jones on the deflection.
And Brevard, it looks like, is going to talk about it again. With 4:01 left to go, we go to a timeout. We'll be right back. Another look at the schedule, so we'll have the last 3 games for you. No road games. We don't stream the road games. Everett might. I don't know. I do know Fork Union streams their games. It's a bit on the crude side, but they do stream it, so you can watch that one. I think it's on YouTube if you just search for Fork Union on October 8th. And then we'll be with you, hopefully, for the last 3. It's looking forward to seeing Myrtle Beach again. That rematch should be fun later on in October. 3rd down, and we'll call it 9 for Brevard. 4:01 to go in the half. 7-0 Minutemen. Kramer, Jones was able to escape, but a nice play over on the left side there by DJ Kennard. Corner coming over the top to deflect that pass away. And it looks like that Brevard will punt here. So Brian Wamsley back in. Punting inside Minutemen territory here. Late sub coming in for Brevard with 3:55 to go, and they have plenty of time now for the Minutemen, too. I think they have 2 of their 3 timeouts left. Sidney Webb gives that one a look. That was another beautiful kick. Boy, Wamsley's first punt was awful, but his last 2 have been spot on, and the Minutemen are going to be backed up at their 6-yard line when we come back.
3 minutes, 55 seconds remaining in the first half.
Excellent.
I didn't say Simon Says.
All right, 1st down and 10 for the Minutemen. It's Kyle Hawkins again at quarterback at their own 6-yard line. Going to give it to Hathcock. Hathcock with a burst of speed as he gets out of bounds all the way out to the 17, 18-yard line. So gain of 12 and a 1st down for Palmetto Prep there.
Runs out of bounds at the 18-yard line. That's the Palmetto Prep Minutemen.
3:33 and counting here in this opening half. Minutemen looking for a long drive. This is Lemon. Lemon spinning at the 25 down to the 30-31, and he will have
on the carry.
a first down.
Brought down at the 31-yard line.
This time it's Hathcock. Hathcock dragging bodies. He'll be close to the first down marker at the 40. Boy, the running game today has been outstanding. We are approaching just inside, 3 minutes to play in the half. 2:50 and counting. This time it's Lemon. And he has the first down and then some, close to midfield at the 48-yard line. So it's the Lemon and Hathcock show here. Cameron Warburton with the lone score of the game. He had a 2-yard touchdown run on the last drive for Palmetto Prep.
First and 10 for the Minutemen at the 48-yard line.
Hawkins play action this time. Oh, he had Nate Branch open over the middle, but
intended target on the play, number 1, Nate Branch.
The passing has not been fluid so far today for Palmetto Prep. They've missed a lot of targets, both Alston and Hawkins. We haven't seen Carter Barnes yet today. Jeremy Thompson coming in, number 3, slotted at the top of the screen. 2nd and 10 with 2:14 to go in the half. They're going to hand it off again. And Brevard was ready for Kareem Hathcock that time after a gain of 2. He's wrapped up by Summy and Brown.
Down by number 95, Parker Summy. 2-yard gain on the play.
3rd down and 8 for Palmetto Prep. 1:53 and counting. Kyle Booth, the new receiver, on the far side. They're going to hand it off. This time it's Warburton. Fresh legs. He's got a first down and almost broke through 3 tackles all the way down to the 36-yard line of Brevard. Minute 39 to go here in the half. They're going to actually mark it at the 37. Stetson Proctor checking back in at the left guard spot. Hawkins hands it off again, Hathcock. Hathcock takes it for a gain of a few. Palmetto Prep might need to use a timeout here. Minute 20. They're still letting that clock run, though. Hippolyte's going to come in.
3-yard gain on the play. 2nd down and 7.
Second down and 7. This is interesting. They've run a lot of clock here on just this play alone as we're approaching a minute to go. Hawkins now looking to throw over the middle, and that is going to be picked off. Intercepted by the cornerback. Number 26 is Lawrence McCoy. And the passing game today has not been on point for Palmetto Prep. And now Brevard will take over with 55 seconds to go. A quick has not been how I would describe Brevard's offense today. So we'll see if maybe they try to take some shots. They don't have, they might have 1 timeout left.
First down and 10 for Brevard at the 19-yard line.
But they're backed up. See if maybe they don't try to take a shot here on first down, see how it goes, and then play it from there. So Kramer is in the shotgun, 4 receivers set. It's a low snap. Kramer picks it up, though. Good blocking from that front line today for Brevard. The pass is high, though, on the near side. Intended for Eddie Bell.
There is a
48 seconds left to go, and penalty flag is down. Bit of a surprise so far in this first half. Just 1 score for the Minutemen. It was a Warburton 2-yard touchdown run that might not have happened had Brevard not committed an encroachment penalty.
Ruling on the field is an ineligible receiver downfield against the offense. That penalty has been declined.
So you might have heard that. The Minutemen declined the penalty. 2nd and 10
at the 19-yard line.
At the 19 with 48 seconds to go in the half. We have Vincent Griffin in at running back, and it looks like They fake it to him, give it to the fullback, Jackson. Jackson runs it out to the 29-yard line.
Carter Taylor on the carry. Picks up 9 yards and is brought
So
down.
Jaden Jackson from
at the
Pickens.
28-yard line.
And the clock continues to run. Like I said, Brevard. Thomas Kramer is just getting back to the huddle with 14 seconds to go. I think whatever happens, they want to make this the last play of the game. It's third down and short. But with 6 seconds left to go, they might just wait, run a play, and we'll go to the half. And they're not even going to run the play. So, 30 minutes are in the books. Not much offense in this one. 7-0 Palmetto Prep does have the lead after 2 quarters of play. Well, I've talked about it.
Ladies and gentlemen, a reminder.
We've lost our friend, our colleague, the leader of Palmetto Prep, Wes Dorton, passing away not too long ago. And a couple weeks ago, Reed Radke and I sat down to talk a little bit about Wes's life, about what he's meant to all of us and hopefully all of you as well. So we'll do that interview now, and then we'll take our halftime break after that. All right, welcome back to halftime, everybody. And, of course, we've been talking about this during the first half, but remembering our friend, in my case, a client, and in Reed's case, a partner and a friend, of course, Wes Dorton. Reed, thanks a lot. I know you guys are swamped and giving us a few minutes of your time here at halftime just to kind of remember our old pal. You know, I was thinking when I moved back to Ohio, one of the things that I was going to miss is, you know, being in the press box and making fun of, you know, the Phenom gloves and having Wes whack me on the back of the head. You know, that was going to be all gone for me anyways. And but this just added a whole nother layer of kind of sadness on my end. And I just wanted to bring you in, Reed, you know, just kind of talk about how long did you know Wes, first of all?
I would say probably about 8 years. If I go back, it's been about 8 years. So it's really a good amount of time.
When the cancer first started, you've kind of been there throughout that whole process with him.
Yeah, I had really got to know Wes about 8 years ago. We had been affiliated before that, but it was probably I got to know him just when he got diagnosed with cancer. So I've kind of been with him through that whole walk, really.
How did that friendship begin?
That friendship began with a group of guys that met every Wednesday morning at a place, I can't remember the name of it, but we met in Chapin every morning, and we would just pick each other up. It was a group of guys. We called ourselves the Band of Brothers. And there was probably about 10 guys, maybe a little less. And so each week, every Wednesday, we just have a topic of discussion and, you know, chew the fat, enjoy each other's company, and lift each other up, you know, based on what we were all going through. We were just very, very close-knit group of guys.
You know, just kind of fast forwarding a little bit, we'll go back as well. When you and I had that initial conversation, I don't know days, I'm sure for you too. I can't remember the days exactly, but whenever we first started talking about Wes passing, I remember that you had mentioned that you know, you and he kind of had that same mindset when it came to Palmetto Prep. So I'm just kind of curious how that happened. I know Wes took over from another owner when it was Gray Military Academy, and then Wes was running the show, and then you got involved. Just kind of take us through that.
Sure. As a result of, you know, that relationship on Wednesdays, we started to define a little bit more one-on-one, and Wes found out that I was a football knucklehead just as he was. And we chatted more, and he asked me if I would be so kind to become part of the board of directors, of which I did that in 2016. And so I became a board of the directors and then eventually became the president of the board, I think in 2018, somewhere around there. And the reason why I did so is, it's one thing to become on a board of directors, but the vision and the dreams of what Wes had laid out with this program has changed significantly from Gray Military Academy to a more of a prep school where he was taking boys out of high school would get a second chance that didn't get a draft for whatever reason, whether it was their grades, whether they didn't get the exposure, and he would bring them into Palmetto Prep, recruit them, coach them up, develop them into young men, get their grades up, and then focus on placement into a college. Maybe sometimes not of their choice, but definitely a D1 school that was looking for a high-range player. And I'll say this, because of Wes's dedication and his heartfelt to these boys, that ratio was 92% we were placing these kids. And what got me focused on this was Wes and I have the same vision. I might do the same things that he does, but that vision, the dreams that he had, it's just remarkable, Chris, to look at that and say, we can change these boys' lives and give them a second chance. And I mean, it's just an awesome vision.
I wanted to share one story, and then maybe you'll share a story that kind of encapsulates that. Wes and I had many conversations, but I think it was when the three of us were in Brevard last year. And, I've gone on tangents about this on these broadcasts all the time. When you drop your kid off at one of these, especially these postgrads, you can't automatically assume that they care about that kid at all. You just can't make that assumption. It's a predatory area of athletics in some cases. But one of the things that stuck out was that conversation we were having, and I can't remember how it came up, but Wes was talking about, if a kid gets hurt, in some cases, he's spending the night in the hospital with them. And I said, Wes, I don't think that's, something you're obligated to do. He said, look, Chris, these kids, they get some local, you guys do a nice job getting some local talent and everything, but some of these kids don't have anybody. They're coming from Florida, or they're coming from Buffalo, or wherever they might be coming from. And, that person has to be Wes. And he took that very seriously, and he took that as a badge of honor, I think, too.
Yes, he did. In fact, I think it might have been that same game, or it was another one that I went with him, and one of the players did get hurt.
Yep.
And Wes and I got in the vehicle, got the boy in the vehicle, and off to the emergency room we went, and we stayed there until his parents got there. There happened to be, his parents were somewhat local, but Wes and I were in that room with him prior to his parents getting there, because they had to drive up. But you're absolutely right. He did it all the time. And one of the things that he did is he always rented a SUV or a Suburban so that he could, if the boy hurt his knee, they could lay down in this vehicle. But that was the whole reason why he would drive up outside the bus and have his own vehicle so that he could take the boy over to the emergency room for care, and he would stay there so he didn't have to ride the bus.
He was one of the kind, like I said, when we talked, I don't work with everybody at this stage of my life anymore. I've gotten more picky when I probably shouldn't in terms of income, but I've gotten far more picky because I want to work with people who care. And Wes was definitely one of those guys. Do you have any fun stories about Wes? Anything you want to tell folks about Wes before we wrap this up, Reed?
Yeah, well, Wes had a real sense of humor. He was able to enlighten the table of those people around him by feeling out those individuals and just doing some goofy stuff. He was just good at it. You would think he'd be all straight and narrow, but in a general context, he really could lighten up a table. And one of the things that I'll have to tell you is the group of men that we had around one table were discussing some life applications, and Wes nailed it. He said, guys, I want to remind you, and then he laid out practical applications that every man can live their life to, and we were stunned. I wish I could have had it recorded because it was the best 10 minutes that I've heard him talk. And you know how his voice went, so you had to really keen in, but it was fantastic. Every single one of us around that table was stunned. He just really sold it out. It was fantastic. And Wes had the ability to do that at any time.
Yeah, he could really grab a room if he wanted to. That was something he can do. Reed, I want to thank you and everything you guys are doing. Behind the scenes, folks, it's crazy. And these folks are working very hard for your kids, if you're a parent watching, and for your family or your friend or whoever it might be. Those guys are working extra hard. So, Reed, thanks for giving us a couple of your time, a couple minutes of your time, excuse me. And gonna miss the old guy. It's not gonna be the same, but we power through.
Absolutely. He's still in our hearts, Chris.
Absolutely, yeah. We'll carry that vision on too. I wore my Warren Zevon shirt, and enjoy every sandwich
I
was
see that.
one of his last phrases, one of his last great phrases when he was on Letterman, and I thought it was maybe appropriate today. So, anyways, Reed, thanks so much. We'll take a break, folks. We got the second half coming up here in just a moment. Stay with us. Welcome back, everybody. Chris Shima, glad to be with you as we take a look at Brookland Casey High School on an 83-degree and sunny afternoon. Palmetto Prep 7, Brevard Tornadoes 0. Cameron Warburton with yet another touchdown to his total, a 2-yard touchdown with 8:46 to go in the second quarter. That's been it, folks. That's the only score of the game after the Minutemen whooped up on Brevard 48-zip back on September 3rd. The Tornadoes have controlled the time of possession, and unfortunately they haven't capitalized on a couple opportunities, but they are still very much in this game. Owen Botts will kick it away for Brevard as Sidney Webb is back to receive for the Minutemen, who deferred to the second half, and that baby is going into the end zone for a touchback. So we'll see what the Minutemen have done at halftime as far as maybe some halftime adjustments. Running the football very well. We've seen good runs out of Lemon, Hathcock, and Warburton. So the three-headed monster at running back has really done a nice job today for Palmetto Prep, but the passing game has not been consistent. We saw DJ Alston start the game. Kyle Hawkins came in on the third possession and helped guide his team to the lone score in the game, but didn't do much after that. Now Carter Barnes is going to start the second half for Palmetto Prep. So third quarterback is Carter Barnes as he's out there in the shotgun on this 1st and 10 at the 25 as we start quarter number 3. And we start it with a run. Brevard was ready for it. I believe that was a Quan Lemon. And he's wrapped up. Maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. There were 3 guys in there for Brevard.
Tackle made by number 95, Parker Summy.
Well, they're going to give Parker Summy credit.
No gain on the play, second down and 10 from the 20-yard line.
There was a 58 in there. I don't have a 58 on my roster. Handoff again. This time it's Hathcock. Hathcock to the 30, 35, 40, 45. Correction, that's Warburton, my apologies. As Cameron Warburton, they're going to say he stepped out of bounds at the 46, but a nice gain for Cameron. As he
That's a Palmetto Prep Minutemen first down.
Minutemen on the move close to midfield. Play action, throw by Barnes is another jump ball. Good coverage in the secondary. Even though the depth chart that I was given has not been accurate, I'm going to give credit to who I can give credit to, and that's who I've got on the depth chart. So Turnier, Thompson, Stone, and Taylor. Rawlerson, McCoy, and Green, all of those players in the secondary have done their job today for Brevard, and probably a few others. So it's going to be second down. 46-yard line. Exactly 1 minute into this second half. Barnes going to hand it off. Lemon surveys, gets inside Brevard territory, and it'll set up a third down and medium. Actually, boy, the spotting is always so stingy. They're going quickly. Now here's Warburton again. Warburton going to be stood up. I don't know if he got there. He's at the 46 of Brevard. That's going to be close.
Number 41, Daniel Johnson on the tackle.
So Daniel Johnson, one of the linebackers, making the stop, and
Gain of 4 on the play.
it is going to be, where do they have them?
And a flag on the field.
Boy, it's going to be 2 yards shy. There's a penalty on Brevard, though, so hold everything with some laundry on the field. Now, they were pointing at Brevard, but we're going backwards.
Five-yard penalty against the defense. We will replay.
So they took the penalty rather than taking the down. But the ball's in the same spot. So handoff, Lemon's got the first down and then some. To the 35, and he's down at about the 33-yard line. but he has enough for the first down. Laquan Lemon has shown a burst of speed several different times today from the Syracuse area. Didn't get a lot of time his senior year. Carter Barnes to the end zone, and it's incomplete. Titus Myers almost had a score.
The intended target on the play, number 2, Titus Myers. 2nd and 10 for the Minutemen from the 33-yard line, following the incompletion.
Minutemen looking to go to 4-0 on the year. Brevard, their lone game so far this year was against Palmetto Prep, so they're 0-1. They'll be back at it next weekend hosting the Georgia Knights. It'll be a Sunday 2 p.m. game. Here's Warburton again. Warburton tried to go right, and the Tornadoes were ready for him. Brown was there. McLean was there. So 2 yards on the pickup. 3rd and 8 now at the 31 for Palmetto Prep. I'll tell you why I'm laughing after this 3rd and long. Carter Barnes going to hand it off. This time it's Hathcock, and Hathcock is going to be stopped at the 31. The fans change at postgrads every single year, ladies and gentlemen. You have to understand that we get a whole new set of people that come in every year because that's the name of the game. Get in, get them recruited, get them out. So we've got new fans every year, but there's one consistency. There is always one mom who is head and shoulders above the rest in the stands. And I think if you've been listening as closely as I have to the broadcast today, you know what I'm talking about. 4th down, and it's going to be a sack for Brevard. All the way back to the 40. Daniel Johnson again. Wow, what a stop. Maybe that's a Brevard fan. I don't know. So Brevard gets the stop. Now they have decent field position to work with as they take over with 11:40 to go in the 3rd quarter. Still 7-0 Palmetto Prep, but this has easily been the worst game of the year, and you can tell there's some kind of hangover or something after that big win against Myrtle Beach. They have not brought that momentum back home in their 2nd home game. Handoff, I believe that's Luongo, who goes straight ahead out to the 42-yard line. Correction, it was Jackson. Nolan Bierman got the stop, so Jaden Jackson in at running back.
5-yard gain on the play, 2nd down and 5 to go from the 42-yard line.
They gave him 5 on 1st down. We've seen a mix of Kramer being under center and in the shotgun. He's under center here. Watch for the play action. Nope, they're going to hand it off. This time it is Luongo, and he got popped big time. Omarion Gooden. What a tackle.
Stephen Luongo on the run. Tackle made by number 21. Zayers up to 2nd. No gain on the play.
So 3rd down and 5. They gave Ruff credit, but I'm pretty sure that was Gooden on the tackle. 10:24 and counting here in quarter number 3. 7-0 Minutemen. Brevard trying to avoid a 3-and-out here. Kramer, play action. Blitz is on. He's got to do something, and the pass was just a little bit off the shoulder. It was intended for Loin. So Brevard is going to have to punt it. And the 2nd down play was a big reason why. I want to take another look at it and make sure I gave credit to the proper guy here, as Brevard gets ready to kick it away. Oh, yeah, that was Gooden. Ruff was there, too. But Gooden, That's just textbook. Another flag down. Minutemen, to their credit today, well, there's been a few penalties, but nothing crazy. It's really just been consistency from the offense today that has been lacking for Palmetto Prep, which is surprising considering they put up 48 against Brevard earlier this month. So Brevard backing up, going in the wrong direction here on 4th down with Wamsley to kick it and Sidney Webb standing at his 35. It's a knuckler. Webb goes back. It goes over his head. Did he touch it? Did he touch it? They say no, so they're going to let it roll. And another beautiful punt by Brian Wamsley, and Palmetto Prep is going to be backed up to their 5-yard line. So that's the bad news. The good news is the last time they were backed up, they started at their 6-yard line. That was the lone drive that ended up with a touchdown for the Minutemen. That came back in the second quarter. Chris Shima, glad to be with you from the home studio in Cleveland, Ohio. Let's take a look at the Meepy cam. We did this during the first game. There's my little buddy. It doesn't look like the camera's moving. Is she sleeping? That's my little kitty cat right there. There's my little fingers saying hi to the folks. And if I move this up here, you can see downtown. Oh, they're going quickly. Got to get back to action with another run play out to the 10-yard line, Kareem Hathcock. Quit screwing around, Mr. Broadcaster, and show us the game. So Hathcock gains a few. This is going to be a first down run here for Lemon. And again, it's been Hathcock and Lemon trading runs, and then Warburton will come in to spell. Now they're going to throw. Passes complete to the near side. Titus Myers with the stiff arm as he goes out of bounds at the 35-yard line. A little pushing and shoving between him and David Stone after that stiff arm play by Titus Myers. Hey, nothing wrong with that. They didn't throw a flag on that. Oh, come on. It's just a stiff arm and a couple of guys talking. Give me a break. Maybe it was away from the ball. I'm not going to jump down their throats yet. I wish somebody would make a call for us, though, and tell us what's going on. There's like 8 officials out there. So it is an illegal substitution. So my apologies. Jumping down the officials' throats. Oh, they did call a personal foul. They called it on Stone. There should not have been a personal foul at any point on that play. There was nothing wrong with it.
The second is for a dead ball foul.
Ridiculous. What a stupid call. But my check says Palmetto Prep, so great call, officials. It's just football, come on. I guess they're saying maybe the way he took him down out of bounds. You know, if the play continues after the players go out of bounds, that might call for a flag. I don't know why they're still discussing this, though. It's an end-of-the-run play. So the illegal substitution, Palmetto Prep would, of course, decline that. And then into the run, there should be 15 yards tackled onto that, which would put the ball at midfield.
The illegal substitution penalty.
Here we go to the 40. 45. Is he going to make it?
That results in a
15-yard penalty. That's the fastest he's moved in 4 years that I've been doing Palmetto Prep games.
Result of the play is a first and 10 for the Minutemen.
Clock starts up again. We're at the 9-minute mark. 7-zip. A penalty puts the ball at midfield. Opportunity now for the Minutemen. Can they capitalize, get a little distance in between themselves and Brevard, leading the game 7-0. Carter Barnes pitches it out to Lemon, and he is going to be stopped at the 48 of Palmetto Prep.
Brevard's number 19, Caden Thompson.
Thompson, the corner, with a nice read on that one for Brevard. This is a really intelligent football team. Not surprising given Martin Bayless and Bill Kayat and their pedigrees. Martin Bayless, of course, is the JV head coach of the Tornadoes. He's also an assistant under Bill Kayat. Shout out to you if you're watching, Coach. I don't know if Bill travels with the JV or not. Barnes facing pressure, escapes. He's going to lob it deep. It's jump ball, and it's broken up. Intended on that far side for Nate Branch. But anyways, Martin Bayless, if you're not familiar with his pedigree, played in the NFL from 84 to 96. Cardinals, Bills, Chargers, Chiefs, and Redskins. He's been coaching since 2000. He coached for the Bills, UNC, in the World League, for the Panthers, the Raiders, the Texans, the Vikings, the Broncos, the Colts, in the USFL, most recently with the Philadelphia Stars, and of course as an assistant under Bill Kayat. Dude's got a resume. Carter Barnes blitzes on, he dances around, he's going to lob it on the near side, pass is caught for a first down and then some. Off to the races, it's Thompson, and he's going to the house. It's a touchdown for the Minutemen, 52 yards. With 7:45 to go, Carter Barnes, what a bomb. Let's take another look at that play. Great blitzing, and we just got the throw there, but what a job by Carter Barnes to escape, and then it was just off to the races from that point on. So Minutemen now leading at 13-0. Here is Bierman for the extra points. I want to give a shout-out to Aiden Kuhn. You know, we don't talk about the long snappers very much, but this kicking game has been so on point, in part because of Aiden Kuhn, the long snapper, and Kyle Hawkins as well, the holder. So shout-out to those two guys. It's 14-zip Palmetto Prep. We'll have kickoff here in just a little bit. Welcome back, everybody. Well, Palmetto Prep has not been consistent on offense, but the one consistent thing is when they're backed up into their end zone, it has led to 2 touchdown drives. In the second quarter, they drove 94 yards, and it was about the same on that last drive. Carter Barnes hit Thompson with a 52-yarder, and it's 14-0 Palmetto Prep. Bierman to kick it away. Taken at the 15-yard line, that's Jaden Jackson to the 40-45 and bumped out of bounds. Really nice return there by, well, it was either Jackson or Carter Taylor. You know what? I think it was Carter Taylor. It's hard to tell. They both have 22, so, and they're both offensive players. But I do believe that that was Carter Taylor with the heck of a return there.
Let's make some noise for your Minutemen defense.
So this is a real good opportunity. Midway through the third quarter now, the Minutemen defense really needs a good response here. So far they have pitched another shutout, looking for their 3rd in 4 games, this Palmetto defense. Kramer remains the quarterback in the shotgun again. Looking to throw this time, good protection. Running 2 tight ends. Thomas Kramer off to the races. He gains about 3 yards.
Thomas Kramer runs out of bounds on the scramble. Forced out by number 40, Ian Ramberts.
So here is, one of the reasons why Brevard has really done a nice job protecting Thomas Kramer is because they've used two tight ends in various formations. Shepard and Miller were both out there on that first down. So that helps. You've got extra blockers. The problem on that play, though, and the reason why Brevard hasn't been able to capitalize is
Flag on the field.
you don't have a lot of guys downfield, so there's not a lot of big play opportunity for this Tornadoes. Yeah, they're not giving up many sacks, or I don't think they've been sacked at all in this game. But that's kind of the trade-off right now is you saw it on that last play. Carter Barnes really did, Thomas Kramer didn't have anybody downfield. So he had to take off, which is not really his style.
Still second down.
So Brevard tried to get a player off the field late. They couldn't do it. 5-yard penalty now backs them to their own 44-yard line. Kramer moves Kenny closer. Pitch is going to be blown up in the backfield. Luongo trying to escape, and he's finally going to be stood up all the way back to the 39-yard line.
Eventually brought down by number 19, Jaden Hicks.
Well, we've called Jaden Hicks. We've called Watt's name quite a bit. It was Jaden Hicks in there first, I believe. Let's see if we can run that play back. Actually, the initial hit there was by Kevin Nelson, one of the DBs. So 3rd down and long now for Brevard. At the 40, they need to get it inside Palmetto Prep territory, and the protection is quickly fades. First sack of the game. This time it's KJ Haynes.
KJ Haynes on the tackle. That brings up 4th down.
So a great response after a long drive by the Minutemen offense. Now the defense gets a 3-and-out here. And here comes Wamsley again to kick it away. I believe they changed punters again. Now it's Kafori. So Brennan Kafori. Oh, that was a real low snap, and now they blow the play dead. Sidney Webb, this does not count.
Call on the field is that the punter's knee was down when he fielded the ball.
Oh boy, they called the punter down. They say he took a knee.
So the punter will be ruled down at the Brevard 17-yard line.
Wow, so
The Minutemen will take over.
the Minutemen are going to get it at the 17-yard line. It's hard to fault Kafori there because the snap was so low. It was just a natural move that he made to the ground, but that's a huge error for Brevard, who could go from being in this game to being out of it with this drive. Palmetto Prep 14-0, looking for more. Barnes sidearms it. Hippolyte the catch, takes it inside the 10. They're going to spot him right at the 10. And I believe it'll be 1st and goal.
Tackle on the play made by number 22, Carter Taylor.
Barnes looking to go quickly. Hand off to Warburton. Warburton trying to escape a tackle. He'll be stood up after a gain of a couple. James McLean, the linebacker, kind of had him by the ankle. Flag is down. We'll see who it's on. Most of the laundry has gone against Brevard, and boy, it's been a lot of substitution issues, which normally we see from the post-grad schools. We don't see them as often from the JVs But it's been a problem all day for Brevard. And another penalty inside the red zone. So that's going to bring up a first down and goal from the 5 now. Hathcock is in at running back. Play action to him. Now Barnes looking to throw, escapes 2 tacklers, tries to escape 4. He loses the football. Are they going to say he was down? They're going to say he was down.
Carter Barnes is sacked. He was ruled down before the fumble.
It took a village to get him down. But did he lose the football first? The officials say no.
Lots of 5 yards on the play. Second down and goal to go for the Minutemen.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if he was down or if he was laying on top of somebody. I mean, I'm in Cleveland, Ohio, and the official is right there on the field, so you gotta default to the guy who's right there and not, you know, a 10.5-hour drive away. Tornadoes are going to call timeout with 3:29 to go here in quarter number 3. It'll be third down and goal for the Minutemen back at their 10-yard line when we come back. So late third quarter here. Minutemen 14, Tornadoes 0. It's third down and goal for Palmetto Prep. Kyle Booth checked in as receiver on the far side. Hippolyte is with Branch and Myers nearest us. Maybe 4-down territory with Warburton in at running back and Carter Barnes getting the snap. He's facing pressure again. Trying to dance around. He's going to throw it away. I don't see a flag down for grounding. So it'll be fourth and goal from the 10. Where is the blocking today for this offense?
Third down and goal to go for the Minutemen following.
Correction, that was second down. That's right, because the penalty made it first down. Then that was second down. Now it's third down. So that's my fault, folks. So it's third down now. Same formation, except Hippolyte is out. Darrell Pierce has come in, slotted nearest us. Barnes looking for him. Throws it to Hippolyte, so Hippolyte's still in there. Takes it to the 5, got popped inside the 5-yard line. They're going to spot him right at the 5, it looks like. We'll see if Palmetto Prep goes for it or tries to kick. This would be an easy field goal for Bierman. This is basically an extra point. Yeah, smart call here. It's 14-0. You get 3 points. It's 17-zip. That's a no-brainer. Good call here. I'm all for being aggressive. I love going for it and all that, but this is the smart football play for Kevin Rollatter. So again, snapper Aiden Kuhn. Nolan Bierman will try to kick a 22-yarder here with 2:36 to go. Kick is away, and the kick is good. So it's a 3-score game now, 17-0, 2.5 left here in quarter number 3. We will be back in just a brief moment.
In the third quarter, Palmetto Prep 17.
Excellent.
I didn't say Simon Says.
So I think if you're Kevin Roletter there, maybe you think about going for it on that 4th down. But there was not a lot of pass protection as that drive started to fizzle out. So they take the field goal, make it a 3-score game. 2:32 to go in quarter number 3. It's 17-zip Minutemen. Now the Tornadoes offense has to do something here. The return will be past the 25-yard line by Carter Taylor. Another opportunity for the defense. Looking for their 3rd shutout in 4 games. Chris Shima, glad to be with you from the home studio in Cleveland, Ohio. I'm downtown. I think the Browns game is wrapping up. Seeing a lot of folks outside heading back. All good and dehydrated, and I believe happy. I think the Browns won today, or are going to win. Thomas Kramer going to hand it off. Out to the 29-yard line. I believe it was Jackson on the run. I'm not 100% on that.
Caden Thompson. Correction, Vincent Griffin on the carry.
That was Vincent Griffin. My apologies.
Bierman on the tackle for the Minutemen.
Griffin stays in there.
Down at 6 to go from the 30-yard line.
So they call it a gain of 4 on 1st down. Minute 48 and counting here in the 3rd quarter. They're going to pitch it to the receiver. That's Gibson. Gibson has a 1st down out to the 38-yard line.
Joshua Gibson on the jet sweep.
Yeah, the offense for Brevard was getting a little predictable, so that was a nice call there by the Tornadoes to give the defense a little different look here.
7-yard gain on the play. 1st down and 10 for Brevard at the 38-yard line.
So they call it a gain of 7. Tornadoes on the move. Their first down here in the 2nd half. This is also a different quarterback. Different quarterback is in. It's Elijah Berghaze.
Nate Henderson on the carry. Bryson Thompson.
So Thomas Kramer had played the bulk of this game. Now it's Berghaze's turn.
At the 38-yard line.
Elijah Berghaze is from Concord. 38 seconds and counting to go here in quarter number 3. Ball now at the 37-yard line. Berghaze steps way back, guns it to the right side. Pass is well off the mark, intended for Aiden Froelich. 16 seconds left to go.
Pass is incomplete.
Here in the 3rd quarter. And that should bring up 3rd down here.
It's 3rd.
They've got to get it out to the 48-yard line. Minutemen defense trying to get another 3 and out. DJ Kennard is checked in as a corner over on the near side. Jaden Martin, the corner over on the left side. Berghaze guns it, and it's a jump ball, and it's mistimed, and it's going to be caught possibly for a touchdown. Now, Gibson fumbled it after making a great catch and run, but they're going to say he recovered it at the 1-yard line as the clock expires on the 3rd quarter. A defensive mistake and a nice bomb by Elijah Berghaze has the Tornadoes in business. When we start quarter number 4, I think I'm the only one who has recognized that the quarter has ended.
The 3rd quarter is now over. Our score after 3 quarters of play, Palmetto Prep 17, Brevard 0.
Somebody tell the Zebras the quarter's over. All right, we'll be back with quarter number 4 here in just a little bit. All right, fourth quarter about to start. It's going to be first and goal at the half-yard line for the Tornadoes, looking to get their first successful drive of the season, get points on the board for the first time, and make it a two-score game again. Chris Shima, glad to be back with you from the home studio in Cleveland, Ohio. Downtown Cleveland right now is covered in a haze of smoke, which means one of two things. Either the Browns game is over and they won, or Snoop Dogg is paying us a visit. I made myself chuckle there. So Elijah Burgess comes in, looking to guide his team to a successful drive here. With Jackson, the running back, now Luongo gets the handoff. He's going to be stood up there driving the pile. The official has not blown it dead yet. Blow the whistle, come on. So they're going to mark him at the line of scrimmage, and it's going to be second down, and it took them forever to do that.
No gain on the play.
Player helmet came off, so Luongo, that was Luongo's helmet that came off, so he's going to have to come out for a play.
Tackle for the Minutemen. Second down and goal to go from the 1 yard line.
Second and goal from the 1. The camera is... the camera guy's ready to go home, I guess. So Gathers has come in at running back. He'll get the handoff, goes to the right side, and he stood up but stays with it and scores. Touchdown Brevard. Their first of the season. And just like that, it's a two-score game again. (14-6) with the extra point to come. Looks like who is going to kick the extra point? Josh Manis will kick. Kafori will hold it. And the kick is good. 17-7, Minutemen with the lead as we start quarter number 4 with a Brevard touchdown. We'll be back here in just a minute.
Brevard 7.
Chris Sheeman, glad to be back with you. Still remembering our friend and colleague Wes Dorton, who passed away, owner of Palmetto Prep, and talked about this during the first game of the year, but just, inquiring minds want to know, there was a board in place. Wes did not act alone, and that board is still very much in place. Reed Radke has stepped up. So is Kevin Roletter, the head coach. So it's business as usual for Palmetto Prep. In fact, I saw them tweet out, and it's the first time I've seen it public, so it's the first time that I'm going to talk about it. Palmetto Prep has plans for a stadium for a facility of its own. As a nice return here to the 40, 45, 50. This is Nate Branch. Nate Branch is going to go to the house to the 10-5 touchdown, and the Minutemen answer right back. Is there a flag? 90 yards for Nate Branch. No flags are on the play. 23-7, just like that. Let's take another look at this. Nate Branch just blew by everybody.
Nolan Bierman on to attempt the extra points.
Shout out to you, Arkansas State. You made a wise decision giving that kid an offer. He got speed, y'all. Nate Branch. 23-7 now with the extra point here. And they got to get somebody in as a late sub. And the kick is good. So just like that, after Brevard gets the momentum back to make it a two-score game, Palmetto Prep answers. Nate Branch to the house. 24-7 Minutemen. Well, I'll finish my thought while we wait for kickoff to occur. And so, yeah, that plan is still very much in play. I think everybody, the board, Reed, the coaching staff, all of those folks, everybody wants to keep Wes's dream alive, certainly here at Palmetto Prep. And, Palmetto Prep's really become one of a class of its own in terms of post-grad football. If you were with us during the halftime interview, I've talked about some of these post-grads are set up to be predatory. Everybody remembers Bishop Sycamore a few years ago. There's more Bishop Sycamores out there than you know. So for Palmetto Prep and everybody here, keeping Wes's vision alive, getting these kids into schools, giving them opportunities to succeed in life, still very much a part of the fabric of Palmetto Prep, and one of the reasons why I'm still so supportive and happy to be a part of the organization. It's a bit breezy. As you know, that tropical storm came through, and it's kind of on the southern half where you get the wind, so it's a bit windy today, but Bierman will kick this one off. 24-7, Nate Branch went 90 yards. $13:52 to go here in this fourth quarter. The first half took 1 hour. So far, the third quarter and 1 minute and 8 seconds have taken an hour. It's been a long second half so far. And on a bounce, that's going to go into the end zone and out of play. Let's see if they bring out Berghaze again, the quarterback for Brevard. He had a nice throw to set up the first scoring opportunity for Brevard in this game. And he will come back in.
Let's make some noise for your Minutemen defense.
This is the first touchdown that the Minutemen have given up to a JV this season. They shut out Brevard 48-0. They'll have another JV back on the road October 1st next Sunday against Everett. Handoff goes to one of the fullbacks.
Daniel Johnson on the carry for Brevard.
There's a linebacker, Daniel Johnson, who got the carry, and he's going to lose a yard.
Tackle made by number 52, Omari Mills.
Omari Mills was in there.
Second down and 11
Jacob Watt, I believe, was in there as well. He was trying to sell a fumble recovery, but official didn't bite. So second down and 11 for Brevard. 13-19 to go in the game. Berghaze going to play action. Oh, he hands it off. faked me out. Johnson got the run again. I'm confused by this. Why they've got so many running backs on their roster, and they've got a linebacker trying to run the football. It's not going well. They're backed up now to a 3rd down and 14. 24-7 Minutemen. It's looking like early on in this quarter things are going to be interesting after that 1-yard touchdown run by Gathers for Brevard made it 17-7. Nate Branch said we're getting this lead right back seconds later with a 90-yard touchdown run. Berghaze, he's shown he's got an arm. He's going to need it here. Play action, and that's going to be intercepted. To the house, the big guy, it's KJ Haynes with the touchdown. Great read by KJ Haynes, and it's 30-7. That is not the right play. Sorry about that, folks. I thought we had the... There's a flag down, and it's against Palmetto Prep, so hold on.
The penalty took place after the interception, so the touchdown will not count, but the interception will stand.
So no touchdown, but KJ Haynes does get the INT. To him. Now Barnes. Well, we were going to replay it, but apparently the replay didn't save it.
The penalty was for an illegal block. It's the return team.
So Palmetto Prep will get the football, take the touchdown off the board, but still great field position here for Palmetto Prep. DJ Alston, who started the game, in for his 3rd series. He throws it over the middle. Wide open touchdown to Darrell Pierce. No doubt about that one.
DJ Alston to Darrell Pierce in the back of the end zone. 21 yards on the touchdown.
Now it's 30-7 with the extra point pending. So Nolan Bierman trying to stay perfect on the season.
The extra point attempt from Nolan.
31-7 Minutemen. We'll be back with the kickoff here in just a moment. Well, what a turn of events in this 4th quarter. We've had 3 scores already with still 11 minutes, 55 seconds to go. Last 2 scores by the Minutemen, a Nate Branch 90-yard kickoff return, then DJ Alston to Pierce after the interception by KJ Haynes. And maybe a mistake there by
0-yard return on the play for Brevard.
David Stone, who picked that up.
Tackle made by the Minutemen.
So
Number
the
24,
Tornadoes are going to be wrapped up. So it looked like at the beginning of this fourth quarter, Brevard, after they got that touchdown, that made it 17-7. And then the wheels came off for Brevard, as immediately they gave up that 90-yarder to Nate Branch. Then Berghaze threw it right to KJ Haynes, who initially took it back for a touchdown. His touchdown was called back because of a penalty. And then DJ Alston came in and found Pierce wide open in the end zone for a score. Still an opportunity, though. This has been a crazy second half, so we'll see what Berghaze and the offense can do. They're going to run it on first down out to the 10-yard line.
Number 20, Stephen Luongo.
So Stephen Luongo back in
number
there.
18, Jacob Watts.
We've heard Jacob Watts' name get called quite frequently
4-yard
here
gain on
today.
play. Second down and 6 to go for Brevard at the 11-yard line.
Nice gain on first down, though, for Stephen Luongo. 4 yards out to the 11. Another new running back is in for Brevard. This is number 30. I don't have on my roster. Berghaze play action. He's going to be wrapped up right back at the 7-yard line.
Up in the backfield.
So a blown play there for Brevard.
Loss of 4 on the play.
And that'll bring up a 3rd down and 10.
It's 3rd down.
10:35 left to go in the game. Big opportunity here for the defense. 31-7 Minutemen. Is this a new quarterback? I believe that's Wade Whitaker who's in at quarterback now. And he had trouble with the snap. It's going to be picked up by the Minutemen. Did they call a fumble or a snack? Snack. Did they call a sack? They're going to say it's Minuteman football. That's Omari Mills who picked it up. So Omari Mills
That's a turnover. Palmetto Prep will take possession at the Brevard
making the
1-yard
play.
line.
Let's run this back. Let's see if we got any of this. So Omari Mills with the turnover. And Brevard has just completely come unglued here. This is an unbelievable turnaround in this fourth quarter after they scored a minute in. We haven't played 5 minutes yet, and we're going to possibly have our 4th score, 3 of them, by the Minutemen. Handoff goes to Lemon. He takes it ahead for the score as the Minutemen pour it on.
Laquan Lemon on the 1-yard touchdown run.
10:05 to go. It's 37-7. So Bierman going to come back in. Try to make it 38-7. It was 17-7 with 14:07 to go in this fourth quarter. There's still 10:05 on the clock. They're going to fake this now. Look out. Throw into the end zone, and it's going to work as Kyle Hawkins pitches it to DJ Kennard.
Kyle Hawkins.
2-pointer makes it
In the back of the end zone.
39-7. Palmetto Prep with 10 minutes still to go in this fourth quarter. Welcome back, everybody. Chris Sheeman, glad to be with you. Doing a little producing a video here while I try to also call a football game. So here's Gibson for Brevard.
13-yard return.
These last 5 minutes have been extremely forgettable for Brevard. They've given up 21 points since the 13:52 mark. So technically it's been less than 4 minutes.
Coming first and 10 for Brevard at the 23-yard line.
And the offense has to do something for Brevard. They have got to keep their defense off the field.
Let's make some noise for your
We're back now. And he had trouble with the snap. Let's see who the quarterback is. Wade Whitaker again. So we've seen 3 quarterbacks for Brevard here today. Whitaker under center on 1st and 10. The handoff goes to Henderson, who takes it left side and has a minimal gain there.
Nate Henderson on the carry.
Well, it's been a nice response by the Minutemen, especially the defense. KJ Haynes with that interception. Omari Mills with a big hit and a fumble recovery here in this game.
2nd down and 7 to go from the 26-yard line.
Palmetto Prep's really been able to capitalize. Late sub for the defense as Nolan Bierman checks in late. And this is going to be a tackle for loss here. Big number 84. That's Jabari Collins.
Jaden Jackson on the handoff for Brevard. Tackle made that time by number 84, Jabari Collins. Loss of 3 on the play. It's 3rd down.
So it's 3rd down and I want to say 14 here for Brevard. Whitaker airs it out in the middle, a bump. Do we have a flag? Yeah, the laundry's everywhere. Early hit there, the intended receiver, Kenny, and then he's slow to get up. It's going to be a 1st down for Brevard. That was definitely going to go as pass interference. So just a missed time hit that time. 8:26 to play here in the ball game, and Brevard's drive will continue here.
The ball will be spotted where the foul took place. Automatic 1st down for Brevard.
So they're going to give it to them at the 37-yard line here.
Ball spotted at the 38-yard line. 1st and 10 for Brevard.
We all heard that, right? I hope so. Oh, I love it. Whitaker, 1st and 10 now. Moms are the best cheerleaders on the planet. We don't need 16-year-old girls cheerleading at these high school games. Get the moms some pom-poms. Get them down on the sideline. They don't need mics or nothing. Oh.
2nd down and 10 to go for Brevard at the 38-yard line.
So that was no gain, by the way. Inside 8 minutes left to go. Whitaker again, the quarterback. Here comes the blitz. Whitaker gets it away and coming back, but diving unsuccessfully for that one was Gibson.
Target on the play, number 5, Joshua Gibson.
Every day I'm hustling.
Third down and 10 now for Brevard. He was able to get a first down via the penalty on the last third down of this drive.
Every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling.
7:41 to go here in the final quarter. They're going to pitch it, and that was dropped, I believe, by Gibson. So they called it a shovel pass. It bounced on the ground, so it wasn't a fumble, they're saying. It was a pass. Gibson tried to pick it up. I don't know, he was running sideways. It's an interesting call. But it's punting time for Brevard.
Brevard following the incomplete pass.
Sidney Webb will go back again. I believe it's Kafori who will punt it. Webb going to pick it up at the 15-yard line. Goes back to the 10. Escapes a tackler, trying to get ahead. And it looks like Palmetto Prep will have it at the 16-yard line. Late flag came in there with 7:20 to go. Might have been a late hit. There's some pushing and shoving going on over near the bench now, as the referee comes over, and so does the coaching staff for Palmetto Prep to separate everybody. So we'll see what the penalty is here. This will be an interesting call. We didn't get a good vantage point.
There are penalties against both teams on the previous play.
So offsetting penalties.
Each team has been assessed an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. And there has been a player ejected from the game.
Looks like somebody might have gotten tossed. So it will be Palmetto Prep football when we're back
No
to
penalty
action.
yardage will be added onto the play.
The Minutemen will take
60 fouls
over
offset.
at the 16-yard line with
The result
7:20
is a
left to
first
go
down and 10 for the Minutemen at
here
the Palmetto
in the
Prep
ball game.
16-yard line.
Quick throw by Barnes. It's complete over near us to Calvin Gilbert.
To number 80, Calvin Gilbert.
And we got a whistle
Tackle
coming
made
on the
by
far
number
side
15.
now. Clock continues to move. We're now
And
inside
marker on the
7
field.
minutes to go with the flag down. It's going against the Minutemen. So they're going to be back at the
Call is for an illegal
10-yard
shift against
line.
the offense. That's a 5-yard penalty.
And it'll be
Still
first
first down.
down and 15 on the illegal shift. Barnes play action. Got some time. Throws it over the middle. It's caught. It's a big gain this time for Calvin Gilbert. And he might go all the way. He will go. Take it to the house. Calvin Gilbert. Touchdown, Minutemen. Yet another huge gain.
Calvin Gilbert.
This one going to be 90 yards. As Carter Barnes with a bomb. What an unbelievable fourth quarter.
Marker behind the play.
Oh, there's a flag down again. I'm pretty sure this is going to
The call on the
stand.
field is a sideline warning against the defense. The touchdown will stand.
90 yards. 45-7 with the extra point pending here. We
Nolan
saw
Bierman on for the extra point attempt.
Palmetto Prep fake it the last time and go for 2 successfully. And probably play it a little more straight and narrow here.
The extra point attempt is
46-7. Folks, this was a 17-7 game with 14:07 to go in this fourth quarter. It was 17-7 Brevard. Since then, Palmetto Prep has scored 4 touchdowns in the last 7 minutes of game clock. Unbelievable. We'll step aside once again. That's me, Chris Sheeman. Glad to be with you here today. All Palmetto Prep here in this fourth quarter. They have poured it on, scoring the last 4 touchdowns in a row. They lead at 46-7. .658 still to go in this one. There's the kickoff by Nolan Bierman. Going to be handled on the run at the 20-yard line by William Green. And Green gets about 10. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Brevard at the 31-yard line.
William Green on the return for Brevard.
Remembering our friend Wes Dorton all day today, and
1st and 10.
special client for me.
For Brevard at the 31-yard line.
I kind of alluded to it back in the first quarter if you weren't around. I always just kind of felt like Wes got me and got my sensibilities and got what I was trying to do with the broadcast. And, you know, folks, I watched college football pretty much all day yesterday. I went out for a little bit. And most of it on ESPN. But, we got a little buffer going on. So pause that thought here off that incompletion. We got a little bit of an issue here, so give me 1 second here, folks.
Marker on the field.
Let's hope that doesn't start up again. It's bothered me, especially of late, that all the games I watched yesterday sounded exactly the same. And when I grew up, there was Keith Jackson. There was so many great commentators who all had their own unique style. Vince Scully, Jack Buck, all of these guys. And it just, it's not that way anymore. And to understand the point I'd like to make about Wes, you have to understand a little bit about my background. When I've known I wanted to go into broadcasting since I was a kid. But I wanted to be the next David Letterman. But, you know, I got into sports as Luongo tries to gain some of those penalty yards back. And he does, out to the 45. And here in Cleveland, you can get Ernie Harwell, who was the Detroit Tigers radio guy. We had Tom Hamilton and Herb Score here. I can't remember the guy who does Ohio State's games, but he's very good.
4-yard gain on the play.
Joe Tate, the Cleveland Cavaliers broadcaster. We got all the Chicago broadcasters on the radio here, and I just fell in love with it. And I knew that comedy probably wasn't going to be the right route. But I loved broadcasting, and I love sports broadcasting. And Wes always kind of recognized that. And the clients that I work with for a long, long time, those are the guys who get that. And Wes, the first year I came back to South Carolina, it was 2 years ago. And Wes was kind of coaching, and Wes was doing a lot of other things. So he wasn't up in the booth with me like he was all last year. So Wes would go home after the game, and Wes would watch what I did to see what I was going to say. And he always would text me that evening when he was watching it. He'd say, man, that was so funny when you said A, B, and C, and that was so funny. And that just always meant the world to me.
Timeout called by Palmetto.
It really always meant the world to me when he would say that, because when I was a kid and I wanted to go the route of comedy, I always really get a kick when somebody gets a laugh or a chuckle out of something I say. It means more to me than when somebody – I know I'm not a great football commentator. I think I do a decent enough job to cash the paycheck. But I know I'm not going to be Kevin Harlan. I know that. I understand that. I'm very much at peace with that. But when somebody says that they've enjoyed the broadcast and they got a kick out of something that I said, that means more to me than if I get a compliment about the play-by-play. It really does. And Wes always took time to do that. He knew. We never discussed this. He was always somebody who – I think he was entertained by me, and I think that's why we had such a good working relationship. And the older that I get and the further we get separated from the Keith Jacksons of the world, from the Stuart Scotts of the world, from all of those great people who had their own unique way of doing things, and we get this younger generation who grows up not knowing that football used to be like that. There's no difference nowadays between Chris Fowler and Dave Pasch. They sound exactly the same. They are the exact same people. They might as well be out of a factory somewhere in Detroit, just ship out the next broadcaster to ESPN, because they all sound the same. And they're fine. They're not bad. They're just corporate and they're bland, and I can't stand it. So anyways, Wes always got that about me, and I always loved him for that. Because more and more I'm getting newer clients who are younger, who, again, don't know what broadcasting used to be, and who don't understand what I'm doing. So when I get a client who gets me, it's a rare thing. It's a special thing. It was a unique thing that Wes and I could share when he would go back and watch the games and razz me a little bit. Missed the guy. He was really special. Mistake there, going to give Brevard the football back, a fumble, and a rare mental error. It was recovered, by the way, by James McLean. I know he would have loved the Snoop Dogg comment earlier. I don't know if he would have been happy about it, but he would have loved it. Really, really one-of-a-kind guy. We are having just a little bit of trouble with the video. I mentioned it during the first game. Sometimes that happened to me last year at that facility at Brooklyn Casey. Sometimes the internet would jitter just a little bit. That's what's going on right now, by the way. So it's not going to be likely as bad as the first drive of the game where we barely had any video at all. First down run now as Brevard back on offense.
Toss play to number 30.
And whoever number 30 is just ran it for a few.
Tackle made by number 29, Adam Bass. 4-yard gain on the play.
It's going to be a gain of 3 down to the 23-yard line. Clock continues to move. We're now inside 4 minutes to go. 46-7 Minutemen. Opportunity here for Brevard. They're going to hand it off to Vincent Griffin, who falls ahead for a gain of 1. .344 to go.
Thompson on the handoff. Correction, Vincent Griffin. And he tackled
DJ Kennard, who caught the 2-point catch, comes in as that right corner.
It's third down.
Kevin Nelson, number 25, is the left corner. We've got some subs in here. So 3rd down and 6. Whitaker under center. Play action, he rolls to the right. He's got a guy in his face. It's KJ Haynes taking him down. And it's going to be incomplete. Is there a flag down, though? Yeah, it's going to be a first down for Brevard. We might have a horse collar on KJ, who made a nice interception, and now Whitaker is shaken up. And that's not what you want.
Ruling on the field is a personal foul for a horse collar against the defense.
You've got to be smarter. The KJ Haynes has played so well today, but you can't go out there grabbing guys by the horse collar like that and taking them down. So injury timeout. We'll step aside. We'll come back here in just a moment. Called quite frequently. Well, the good news is Wade Whitaker, he was getting some help, but he was up under his own power, so that's the good news. It's going to be first down after the horse collar, so Brevard will take over as Elijah Berghaze comes back into the game. Jackson and Gathers both running backs. 3:05 to go, 46-7 Minutemen. Going to hand it off to Gathers, who stood up at the 10-yard line. Jones had a great day today. He was in there.
On the handoff. Brian Jones on the tackle.
Nolan Bierman was there. So was DJ Kennard. 2:46 and counting. There was no score in the first quarter. In the second quarter, Minutemen got on the board on their second drive of the game as another touchdown for Cameron Warburton from 2 yards out made it 7-zip. That's the way it would be until halftime. In the second half, Carter Barnes hit Thompson with a 52-yard bomb. 7:45 to go in the third quarter, made it 14-0. Bierman hit a 22-yard field goal at the 2:32 mark, and the third quarter wrapped up with the Minutemen leading at 17-0. Here's Berghaze. He's going to hand it off now. This is going to be Jackson with a nice run. First and goal upcoming, I believe. He's right at the marker. Now they're going to spot him a yard shy.
On the handoff.
So it'll be third down and 1 with 1:49. Brevard made things interesting to start this quarter. 14:07 to go. It was a 1-yard touchdown by Gathers, made it 17-7. Now this one's going to be blown up in the backfield as Jackson's hit all the way back at the 7-yard line. More pushing and shoving as Jackson and Rampart got into it.
Loss of a yard on the play.
That might have been Jackson on the instigation that time. They might offset it.
Down on the field.
We'll see.
Near the line of scrimmage.
So anyways, it was 17-7 with 14:07 to go in the game. Then the gloves absolutely came off. Nate Branch returned a 90-yarder with 13:52 to go. The extra point made it 24-7. 11:55 to go in the game. DJ Alston hit Pierce for 21 yards after another turnover. That made it 31-7. 1-yard touchdown run by Laquan Lemon with 10:05 left to go, and a 2-point conversion made it 39-7. And then at the 6:58 mark in the fourth quarter, Carter Barnes hits Calvin Gilbert for a 90-yarder, 46-7. That's where we're at. Brevard trying to change that, though, so the penalty was on the Minutemen. It's first down and goal for Berg Hayes. Gathers in at running back. He gets the handoff. He's going the wrong way. All the way back to the 11-yard line. He gets out of bounds, so the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go.
Forced out of bounds for a loss of 7 yards. Second down and goal to go from the 11-yard line.
See if they keep trying to run it now. Gathers the running back. Berg Hayes the quarterback. Offset tight end is Doug Miller. And they do stick with the run. Boy, Palmetto Prep thought they had him wrapped up. Credit Gathers, he kept moving. And he's going to be stopped at the 7-yard line. It'll be third down and goal. Clock continues to wind down. 47 seconds left to go in the ball game. Nolan Bierman checks in. And going out is, I don't have a 41 on my roster, so I couldn't tell you. But he's out. 32 seconds and counting. Brevard might maybe make this third down play the last play of the game here. So Palmetto Prep going to go to 4-0. Brevard will drop to 0-2. They're back at home next Sunday against the Georgia Knights at 2 p.m. Palmetto Prep going back on the road. That pass is going to be intercepted. And it might be a touchdown, and it might be a 100-yard touchdown run for Omarion Gooden. It will be as the clock hits 0. The Minutemen score to wrap up this one 52-7. Omarion Gooden runs it all the way back. I'm giving him 102 on the yards as the game comes to a close. 52-7 is your final. The Minutemen are 4-0. They'll be back in action next Sunday at Averett Junior Varsity. We'll be back with you October 15th. River City Prep comes to town. We'll have that one for you at 2 p.m. Thanks for watching, everybody. Your final score again, Palmetto Prep 52, Brevard 7.